Dan asked that we share a quick video of encouragement, and I can't really think of anything new and profound, but the one thing that gives me hope every day is something that Dan said early on, and that is nature knows nothing of this coronavirus. And I get up and I listen to the birds and the geese that fly over our house, and the wind rustling through the trees, and that gives me hope. Gives me hope that we'll get through all of this together. And that's just all I had to say.
Hello, friends of Opportunity Christian Fellowship. This is Mel Wimmer, giving you a word of encouragement today. I know with all of this coronavirus stuff going on, we all have lots of fears and concerns. Probably not much different than King David had at the time when he wrote Psalm 27. That the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? In this time we have a lot of things to be afraid of, but let's keep our faith grounded in the Lord and His Word. Blessings to all. Thank you.
Hello, church. Miss all you guys. It's fun to be a part of the worship through YouTube, but I miss just all the handshaking and the hugs and the fun of getting to visit with people at church. So Dan asked that we share a little thought, and on Sundays we were listening to the service on YouTube talking about Jesus as the Good Shepherd, and just what that means for us and how He loves us. I'm often reminded of that this time of year, just because it's such a beautiful time of year outside. There's so many beautiful things in nature that we can see as we go about our day, and just reminded me again of the notion of Jesus as a good shepherd, and especially Psalm 23, where it says He leads us in the green pastures and beside the still waters. I think we can just see again in nature even God's care for us, and that when He made a world for us to live in, it didn't have to be a beautiful world, but it is. The blossoming trees, the fresh green grass, the sunsets, and those things that we see, we're just surrounded by beauty and the beauty of His creation, and we can just see that as beauty, but also just see that as an example of His care for us and His concern for us and His love for us, and that He gave us a beautiful place to be. Even when you're sitting down to enjoy a meal, again, the animals eat lots of things, but there's some of them that just eat grass and twigs and branches and leaves their whole life. But we were given food, and delicious foods and ways of preparing it that again, not only nourish our bodies but nourish our souls. We all understand the idea of comfort food, and so that's it gives us comfort, because again, it's just a reminder of God's care for us, that He gave us delicious food to enjoy and things like that. So so as you're just going about your day, if you see the sun glinting off the leaves, or you see a robin in your yard, gathering sticks for its nest, or hear the geese flying overhead and things like that, you can just always be reminded that these are ways that God, again, has given us not just a life, but a place to live that's beautiful, that nurtures us and that brings us joy. And so when you see those things, be reminded that you have a God that's a good shepherd and a God that loves you. See you guys soon, I hope. Bye-bye.
Oldest person on the board. I thought I'd like to say something wise and spiritual and deep. But then I watched Ken Davis's comedy skit about super sheep. And it made me laugh, and I think it'll encourage you too.
Greetings, everybody. This is Jeff Adams. Hey, just wanted to tell everybody I really miss seeing you every Sunday at church, and I hope that you are all weathering the COVID-19 crisis and finding some new opportunities to connect with God. I know that I have spent more time probably in prayer than even normal. The other thing that's really been a blessing in this time has just been this time, I think, spent with family. And even though it's a really changed routine, there are some great things coming out of it. And I do want to thank the good Lord for what He has provided to our family in terms of interactions with each other and a chance to grow, and also just to connect in a different way and understand what God's will is in our lives today. So looking forward to seeing you all again before too long.